You mentioned your dad a lot. Talk to me about your dad and just what he means to you. You're Sam Rowe the fourth, so that means he's Sam Rowe the third. There's been a couple Sam Rows. Just talk to me about your dad and just what it means to be named after him.
Oh man, I that's probably the best feeling ever. That's my right hand man, my best friend. I like the amount that he's done for me, and like he could have things like he could have been a head principal instead of assistant principal, but he did an assistant principal just for me, just to have extra time to go to tournaments, just train, be with me, and it means like everything to me. Like that's my best friend, and I can't ask for more. Like if I was to ask for more, I couldn't be asking for much. You know what I'm saying? So that's really my best friend.
For sure. That's how I feel about my dad. I'm the second, so hopefully I get to name my jet the third and going like that, like y'all build me a love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I feel like that too. My dad, he mean a lot to me. He's done a lot for me, continues to do a lot for me. I never really needed for nothing. He always made it happen. My mom too, of course. But yeah, my dad, he mean a lot to me for sure. You went to high school at Suncoast High School. Talk to me about your experience there, getting there on the court and off the court.
Suncoast was a great experience. I love Suncoast. It's always gonna be a family to me. Off the court, it's like people think it's like a smart school where you go and it's all about books when it's not really like that. I mean, it's a challenging school in terms of academics, but if you really lock in, it's not really that much. And on the court, it was best experience in a high school that I can ask for. Honestly, it was a one big family. I had one of the best coaches that coached for 10 plus years before having me, and he took me in, he took me under his wing, and he made me better. He made me part of the man I am today.
You played varsity as a freshman. That's something that I didn't get to do. A lot of people don't get to do that. Just talk to me about having the ability to play on varsity, your coach having the faith in you, being able to trust you to make an impact in what you're able to do.
Yeah, it was a true blessing, man. I actually didn't expect to go on varsity. I was just like had my mind set up on being a little humble and trying to go on JV and trying to work my way up. But when I got on varsity, it was just like almost a confidence booster. And throughout the season, I just kept progressing up and up in the lineup. And I played a big part in the freshman year team. And it was a great experience and a great confidence booster for me at the time.
I feel like that's something that can develop your game. Like probably I can't tell you the exact amount, but it could develop your game real fast. Because anybody that I've seen, like my friend, his name is Darren Green, he goes to UCF. When he got to high school, he was a freshman. He played varsity. Well, he didn't really play that much. He was on varsity with us, but he practiced with us every day on varsity. And like I just saw his game go to the next level, just keep going, just playing against better competition every day. We played both on JV and varsity. So like when we went down to varsity, it was just a cakewalk, really, just because our coach was real
Yeah,
tough on us, and then you playing against better players. So like, I think that's a major key in a lot of people's development for sure.
for sure, for sure.
Overall, at Suncoast, what were you able to accomplish? What was kind of like your senior year stats? Like, what were some things you were able to do your senior year, and just overall, like, do you look back on?
Coming in as a freshman, we was already on like a four-peat for district championships. And by the time I was a senior, well, by the time I was a junior, we went to a 7P. And my senior year, we ended up losing that little streak. But being a part of a ongoing streak of district championships was real special. And you just go in the gym and look at the consecutive years you was there and that part you played in and things like that. And in terms for my senior year, we had a great team for a great setup, actually, I should say, where our freshman year, we had a lot of talent in the freshman class. And when senior year came, it was going to be like no question of who's going to stay and who's going to be winning. But unfortunately, things changed and those guys transferred or whatever. And I was kind of the only senior on the team. And, senior year kind of went how it went. I enjoyed it. Let's not get it wrong. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed becoming more of a good leader to younger guys, people looking up to me, and things like that. And I ended off, having a good stat line, probably average 20 and 5. Uh, and it was a hard fought season, not particularly how you want to end your senior season, but I can't ask for more nonetheless.
For sure. Yeah, district championships. That's something that people kind of probably would take. They take lightly, but like if they never done it before, or maybe like, yeah, if they never done it before, they kind of take it lightly. I won one district championship in high school. I had a game winner in our district championship game. And that was like one of the best moments in my life, one of the best games, one of the most fun seasons, just going through that. We lost to the team that we beat in the district championship twice during the regular season, beat them in the district championship, cut the nets down, the whole nine. So y'all won 7 in a row. You won 3 or 4 in a row while you was there. Like, I feel like that's major for sure. That's something that somebody watching this has never done it might just be like, it's not a state championship, but that's definitely major. Like, it take a lot to get through any kind of season period.
People often take district championships for granted because, you know, if you get second place, you're still going in the state rounds and stuff like that. But for our school, it was like the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to keep this streak going. We want to keep bringing in trophies. And then we worry about this first, then we go to state.
For sure. We talked about your early days playing AAU ball. Your last couple of years, you played AAU ball with Team Breakdown, Under Armour team. Talk to me about your experience playing with Team Breakdown.
Probably the best experience I've had, you know. Team Breakdown was special, man. Like, 10th grade year, you playing against top recruits, top teams. You playing against a handful of coaches, a bunch of coaches sitting on the sideline. It's just like, it's a different atmosphere from, you know, your Triple SA to UA. And you just feel the different vibe and the different types of gameplay. You playing at a higher level, and it was real special. 10th and 11th grade year.
For sure. What's something that you picked up from being around those guys, Coach Kenny, all the Gillian brothers, like the whole atmosphere that you just talked about? Like, what's something that you picked up playing with those guys?
It's not a lot that I really picked up because, you know, before it was just like I've learned a lot. I learned most of the things, but we had a lot of underrated players, a lot of under the radar players. You probably had one standout was Sheldon McGill at K-State, but other than that, a lot of people was under the radar, and we would go in playing top 5 teams, top players, and it's just like they're the same. They here for a reason, just like you. So you can just go take it from them just like that. And our mentality was just take it from whoever and whenever at any time.
For sure. I played with Team Breakdown for a little bit, and just being around those guys that I mentioned, Coach Kenny and all of the guys, like you said, like it seems like they always have a couple standout players, but a lot of the guys are like underrated guys, and they bring that same mentality that you just talked about. Everybody lace up their shoes the same way, get in your face, play defense, like real that's real high level basketball for sure. Like, I enjoyed my experience playing with them for the time that I did also.